Families displaced due to floods are still staying at temporary shelters. Tshwane's acting Mayor Abel Tau has confirmed that at least 2 people have died in flooding in and around Pretoria. President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to visit the township. Let's get the very latest now. Patricia Visagie is our reporter on the ground. Patricia, a very good morning to you. What's the latest with regards to the floods there?
I'm on TV.
Good morning, Blaine, and to our viewers. Yes, we're here in the heart of Mamelodi at the Baptist Church, of course, ahead of the President's arrival here. Of course, you know, after the week-long heavy rains in the country, we now, of course, for the first time in about 6 to 7 days, we see the sun again. And this gives opportunity to, of course, pick up, the pieces after the aftermath of the floods, in particular here in Mamelodi, where a lot of people, over 1,000 people, actually, I think over 1,800 people have been left homeless as their shacks have been flown away, of course, by the heavy floods that we have seen, of course, just causing a lot of havoc around parts in the country, in particular in Centurion as well. But the focus being here in Mamelodi, of course, a lot of, disadvantaged people who are now the most affected. And this is one of the shelters here at the Baptist Church where some of the people who are left destitute are being helped, are being housed. And of course, you see a lot of services to try and help them. Just behind me is a soup kitchen that has been set up. And here on the side is a makeshift clinic to help those who need medical attention. Inside, we were just there. There's a whole lot of people there as well, and a lot of activity to try and see how they can help people. Various government departments that are also here to see how they can help people, because it's not just about the fact that they left homeless. They've actually lost everything, even their personal documentation, like their ID documents, children's birth certificates. So Home Affairs is here to see how they can actually speedily help some of the people. You would know that some of the children would need these documentation when the schools open in just over a month. Hence, it is important, of course, for all spheres of government to come and see how quickly they can help everybody here. And I think it is on the backdrop of that burning need that the President has left his presidential priorities. He has cut short his presidential trip in Egypt to come back home and attend to the domestic issues here. Of course, we know the 2 main ones that link directly to the floods, being the fact that so many people have been left homeless, and of course the issue relating to Eskom. But we will hear how the President will be engaging with the people who are mostly affected here. But you would know that the Not In My Name civil group have been very active here, trying to help those who are needy. Temba Masangu joins me right now. Temba, what's the latest and what is the situation here? Of course, you see there's a hype of activity. A lot of government officials are here awaiting the President's arrival in about half an hour's time.
Hi, Patricia. Thank you so much. Yes, there is a hype of activity at the Baptist Church in Mamelodi right now. This is the closest area to where the floods actually took people's homes and so on. Just down the road from us is the river. And most of the people that have been displaced have actually been housed here at the church. A real big thanks goes out to the church that's led by Pastor Gentile here. And we've been here obviously since from day one. As you said, we've organized the food truck. It feeds about 1,000 people a day. And, South Africans and different organizations have really pulled together to come in and bring things for people, perishable goods, non-perishable stuff. We really want to appreciate society for doing that. And we're just happy that we could have lent a hand and led the process of actually providing some temporary relief to the people, because this is by no means something that is sustainable. And we're hoping that when the President does come here, he's going to come with a sustainable plan as to say, listen, we're going to want to move people to perhaps a different area. These are the timelines that are going to be involved, and hopefully the people as well are also going to be willing to say, we're willing to pay for the services that we're going to be getting. And in that way, I perhaps may get some relief, because for people to leave the church now and go back there once the rains have subsided is really going to be, going backwards. So we really hope there is some sort of plan from the politicians and the powers that be. Ours was to come here, make sure that we provide the temporary relief for people, and I think so far it's good going, and we're hoping that more South Africans can come through and assist.
You have ears and eyes on the ground at the other two shelters as well, the one in Nelmalpius and the, I think, Stanza Bopape Center. What's the situation there? Here it seems like everything is in order, and I think you have the lesser number here. The other two shelters have a much higher volumes.
100%, and I wish people would be able to assist us in actually distributing the things differently. Well, when we arrived, we made a call for here because our Mamelodi branch is strongest in this area, and it was easier to mobilize assistance and help. But I'm glad you're asking me that, and I do want to make a call to the rest of South Africa to say, please, if you can assist Nelmalpius specifically with food, with sanitary towels, sanitary pads for the ladies, just normal toothbrushes, things that we take for granted. If they could please be taken through to those areas, and they can feel free to contact me. We'll get them in touch with the people that are at the different centers as well.
The other burning issue, in particular, I've heard insight, for some of the mothers, their children have lost their personal documentation, such as birth certificates. People have lost their IDs. People need to go back to work. Children need to start school next year. We know Home Affairs is here. From your observation, do you think that process is really helpful at this stage?
Definitely, and what we would appreciate is that Home Affairs can actually come through and make an announcement in the hall to say that they are here, because some people are not so sure what's happening. But to at least process ID documents of people to get them back on the system. I heard another guy saying that he had money under these mattresses lost, and another guy was actually telling us he had a winning lotto ticket. I don't know how true that is, but it is a bit of a tough situation. So if we can have departments like Home Affairs and the clinic, there is a mobile clinic here, we want to say big ups to that. But most importantly, let's make sure that we help the people that are there, and we're hoping that the President comes with a solid answer to say this is what's going to happen, because that's what's important. People can't keep suffering like that.
All right, thank you so much, Themba Masango there from the Not In My Name group. Of course, great and big expectations from the President, as he will be engaging some of the people here who are left destitute in their desperate moment, hoping to find some relief and, of course, just find out what is the way forward. Blaine, you would understand this time of the year, we are in the grip of festive season where we're supposed to be, enjoying the festivities, be jovial. A lot of people are on leave, they've taken a break, schools are closed, and these people perhaps are facing a different reality than perhaps most of South Africa is facing right now. And hence the call that wherever you are, if you could come and help, if you could open your pockets and your heart to try and help the people that are affected in the various parts of the world, do so. On that note, we wait for the President. Let's give back to you.
And to top that all off, a winning lotto ticket possibly lost forever. Patricia Visagie, thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Well, tributes are pouring in for the lead singer of the Swedish pop duo Roxette.